I know some of you said you had Google Analytics set up, so please bear with me here, but I think some of you said you haven't. And the very first step before you can actually get Google Analytics set up is you have to set up a Google account. I'm not going to go through this in detail. We'll make the slides available afterwards so you can refer back to this, but before you can even get started with Google Analytics, you have to set yourself up a Google account. So that's just very quickly how you do that, but you can refer back to that afterwards with the slides when we get that to you. And then once you set up a Google account, you have to go back into Google homepage and type in Google Analytics to actually find the Google Analytics. They make it really simple for you, Google. I love them, they're brilliant. Yeah, you have to type Google Analytics back in, and then you have to reset up a new account for Google Analytics. So it's the most difficult thing, to be honest, is finding where you actually sign into Google Analytics when you're first setting it up. So once you've found that, it's very straightforward. It automatically populates your password you've already put in, and then it's quite simple just to get it going. In terms of physically just setting the account up. But then you need to have it actually installed onto your website. So you set the account up, but unless you connect it to your website, it's useless. So with this bit, if you have a WordPress site, it's relatively simple. There's a plugin to WordPress called Analytics for WordPress, very original name, and then it's quite simple. There's a tracking ID which you just put in up there. You put that into the plugin, and it will get Analytics working on your WordPress site nice and quickly. If you don't have a WordPress, you probably need your web developer to install some code onto your site, which Consulate can obviously help you with, or we can tell you how you speak to your developer. But there's some code when you go into this bit of Google Analytics. It says it's a bit where you can. It says email. You can get the code which you can then email to your developer, and they'll know what to do with it. That's about the only techie bit that we're really sort of covering, so I'll move on. Right, so once this is part of the Analytics homepage, and once you get going, to get you going, you really need to go into Standard Reporting, which is the button at the top. And also one of the first things you need to do is that what it does, it monitors people going into there from particular IP addresses, particular addresses of people's computers. So one of the first people who will go to your website loads will be yourself. So you actually need to exclude yourself from, so it's not counting you in the statistics. So there's a setting within there where you can just exclude your own IP address. So, and then if you need to find out what your IP address, you just type into Google, what is my IP?
It's just ipaddress.com.
Right. And that'll tell you what your IP address is. Put that into Google Analytics, and that will exclude you yourself.
It's worth excluding locations you have at work if you have various branches and departments. Get the addresses of those as well, because one of the first things our customers do is phone all the colleagues. Can you have a look at the website and check it? And all of a sudden there's a big spike in figures. So just filter out all of the other offices as well.
There's another thing called Google Webmaster Tools. Basically what this does, this tells you if Google has got any problems in looking at your website. If they do, and you don't sign up to Google Webmaster Tools, you will never know. So I'm not going to go into Google Webmaster Tools in any depth at all, but just take it from us. I'll show you quickly how you just go into signing onto it. I'm not going to be going through the features. But you really do need to sign up to Google Webmaster Tools, because then if Google do have a particular problem with your site, or if you've had another SEO company doing some dodgy stuff in terms of SEO on your website, Google will actually send via Webmaster Tools an email to you, and you'll find out. If you don't, you'll never know. And we have had people come to us where they've been completely delisted from Google. They're just saying suddenly, our website's not on Google anymore, we can't even find their own website when we type in our name. And there was a particular client who came to us, and it was because their previous SEO company had been doing loads of dodgy stuff, and the first they knew when they weren't up there, if they had been registered here, at least they would have had a cautionary email from Google saying, these are all the problems we found, these are all the dodgy things that have been happening, and give them a period of time to sort it out before they got de-indexed. So it causes company major problems actually. They were off Google for about a month, and they were, quite a large pest control company, and they lost a lot of leads because of that. So take my word for it, and it's quite easy. You just type Webmaster Tools into Google, go into the website, and you go through that quite simple process of just putting in your name and your password, and that will get you going. And quite similarly, if you've got a WordPress site, to install that on your website, you just upload the WordPress, the SEO for, actually on this one you install SEO for WordPress by Yoast, or again there's an HTML file, some code which you can email to your developer, but it's highly recommended you install Webmaster Tools. That's all we're going to really talk about Webmaster Tools today. Just to show you where you can find Webmaster Tools, there's a slide here. On your Google account, there's a whole list of products that you set up with Google. So, for example, your analytics one's up there, and there's your Webmaster Tools down there, so you can go back into them. Webmaster Tools, in linking it, you can link it to your analytics account, and it will give you more information about keywords that people are searching for on your site. So it is worth linking the two together, and if you refer back to these slides, that will just show you how to do it. Again, it's quite simple. You can refer back to these.